Hey everybody, welcome back. This will be the final video in this little series on the Garden Paths and Forest Trails book. And I started doing a series of tutorials on this page for some of the ladies in our Facebook group that really liked it. And they have purchased this book and are following along, and they're doing an amazing job learning lots of different techniques that are helping them out. And if you're interested in this book, I do have a video review and flip through of both of their books that show you all the different pages and how well made this book is. I'm currently working on the fish page, which I think is turning out rather nicely. So I hope you guys like these. Today, like I said, this will be the last series, and I'm going to focus on this fern right here and show you guys how to get that done. So let me readjust and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And so for this red fern that we're doing right here, it's going to end up like this. We only use two colors. Prismacolors orange, just the basic orange, and Prismacolors crimson red. So, I mean, they're pretty basic colors. If you don't have Prismacolors, I'm sure you can find the two. Let me see if I can do a swatch for you guys real quick so you can pause it if you want to find these same two colors. As I always tell you guys, feel free to use any color you want in these tutorials. You don't have to use the colors that I do. I just like to let you know what I'm using, and these tutorials are to help you learn the techniques I use, not to pick your colors for you. So like I did with the rest of these flowers, to save time, I went ahead and laid my light base layer of just plain orange. I colored the whole thing orange. So now what I'm going to do is bring in my crimson red. On this fern, we are not going to use any kind of blender. We are not going to use a pencil blender, a marker blender, a blending medium, Vaseline, anything like that. We are just going to leave it raw like it is. And this allows for this, to me it looks like a reflection sort of, or like lights hitting the plant. And I'll show you on this other one I did, you can tell the difference. This is where I did not use any type of blending mediums, and this is where I did. So even though it stays light in the middle, you can tell it's a noticeable difference in the way that the leaf looks. So there's that for you. I personally like it better without the blender on this plant, so that's the way we're doing it. So once you get your orange laid down, you're going to take your red and you're going to get it sharp. You want a sharp point on this one. And you are going to go from, well, let's start over here, from these corners and lay the lightest layer you can possibly get coming out from the corners. When you go to that center, you want it to just blend and flow just as evenly as you can, but leaving that center raw, leaving it orange. You're not going to cover that entire center. Excuse me. I'll tell you what, this pollen's crazy. So once you get that, you're going to come back in these corners with hard pressure and just get that tip in the corner. And as you come out toward the middle, lighten up your pressure to create a fade. You're going to do the same thing on this end. And you don't want to come out hard, or you don't want to come out far with that hard to medium pressure. You just want to keep that hard pressure in the corner. Like that. Try to fade any hard lines that you can see, because you don't want it to be, you don't want to have like really super hard lines where there's a noticeable difference in the colors. I am barely even touching that paper right now, but you can see how it's bringing it on in and making it look like one leaf or one color. Let's see, let's try again. This next leaf. And as I do this, I'm going to leave the center, the light center. I'm not just going to come to the middle of each leaf, because you see how this vine comes around like this. So my center point, or my light point, is going to follow around where it needs to follow. It's not just going to be in the exact center of each leaf there. If you've watched any of the other little tutorials in this series and they help you, please don't forget to subscribe, because I will come out with more eventually. And I have a lot of reviews that you can check out, different adult coloring books. I focus primarily on books that are not at Michael's or Walmart or Hobby Lobby, you know, in-store stuff. I focus on the books that you buy online, and you don't always see the pictures. Like, you might see one or two and that's it. Or if you're in any of the coloring groups, there's tons of them on Facebook. You might see one that's a picture somebody posts where they've colored it and it's just so gorgeous. You're like, what book is that? What book is that? And then you get the book just because you saw that one picture, and you hate 95% of the pictures in that book. So you spend, you know, 10 or 15 bucks on a book that you're only coloring one page out of. Well, hello, you can get a page you like free on the internet anywhere. I mean, make sure the artist is giving it away. Don't just go steal someone else's image. But why spend 15 bucks on a book, or even $8 on a book where you only like one or two images? That just doesn't make much sense to me. So, that being said, I have lots of reviews out there. I purchase books off Amazon primarily, and I give you guys flip throughs and reviews on what mediums you can use. And I will tell you, out of all the reviews that I've done so far and all the books that I've seen, two of my favorite books, as far as how they're made and the artwork that's in them, are these books right here by Action Publishing. Is Garden Paths and Forest Trails, and one of the coloring books I did a review on called The Viking Quest. And oh man, if you haven't seen the reviews on those, you should go look, really, because as a colorist, they knocked it out of the park with how they made the book. It's designed to fit all of our wants and our needs. So I'm hoping that just by showing you how I do this leaf, that you've got the technique on this one. Now remember, no blender. You can use it if you want to. I suggest you do it only on one leaf and see if you like it. If you want to go that way, I showed you the difference. I personally like it like this on this fern. And I want to see your pictures, so come join us over there on our Facebook page. I'll put some links in the description box. And I've gotten to where I only accept requests to join maybe twice a week. So if I don't accept it that day, just be patient. You'll get there, I promise. And it's I think it's called Adult Coloring Book Reviews. And there's one or two of them out there that are named the same. That I didn't know that when I named the group, but mine has Prismacolor pencils for the picture. We have like some great ladies over there, very friendly, very nice, very, very helpful. And well informed about what products are good and what are not so great. And they're all more than willing to help you out. And we have a lot of files, downloadable files, in the file section that have blank blending charts for you guys to use. And like, man, there's so many charts for all the different color pencils and markers and pens and gel pen, you name it, man. We've got blank charts for a lot of them over there. And if there's one that you're looking for that we don't have, then all you have to do is ask and somebody comes up with it. But our I'm not trying to like sell the group to you guys, but we focus on reviews, product reviews, coloring book reviews, and the artists on the page do post their finished works on the page, and they create their own albums to put all their finished work in. So later, you know, as they grow in their techniques, they can go back and they can look at how much they've improved. It's really neat. And once a week we have one post that is for everybody's works in progress, or WIPs, that they are working on that week. So they can take pictures of what they're doing and post it in that one thread, and everybody can see what everybody's doing, and it's really neat. It's very encouraging. So yeah, you can kind of see where that's going and how that's going to look. So I look forward to seeing you guys' work, and I look forward to seeing you over there. And let's show you one more time what the finished product will look like. So there is 7 videos in this series that take you through section by section. So like video 1 is this flower, video 2 is the corners, video 3 is the blueberry, and so on, so on. So I love you guys. Have fun. Enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe.